Bienvenidos y bienvenidas al Literacy Partners y a nuestro primer evento de Books of Their Own, donde vamos a resaltar al autor y a la ilustradora del libro Hibernate conmigo, Benjamin Scheuer y a Jemima Williams. Este libro fue inspirado en una canción que Ben le escribió a su esposa Jemima, donde se expresa un mensaje de amor y de confort a alguien en momentos difíciles. Aunque este libro ha sido traducido a muchos idiomas, hoy vamos a escuchar la canción por primera vez en su versión en español. Y la va a cantar nuestra invitada especial, Aline Mayagoitia. El mes pasado, alrededor de 200 de nuestras familias de Literacy Partners recibieron este libro como parte de la biblioteca de Books of Their Own. Hoy, 50 de esas familias, muchas hispanohablantes, han sido invitadas a hacerles preguntas a nuestros invitados como parte de este evento tan especial. Quisiéramos agradecer especialmente a nuestros patrocinadores, Columbus Preschool, Simon & Schuster y Atlantic Records, por hacer el día de hoy posible. Démosle la bienvenida a Aline, Benjamin y Jemima, mientras nos cuentan la historia detrás de la historia y cantan la premier mundial de Hibernate conmigo en español.
Hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Hi, hello. Voy a hablar en español y también en inglés para que todo el mundo me entienda, ¿ok? I'm going to translate as I go so that everyone can understand, ¿ok?
Bien.
Bien, muy bien. Pues es muy bonito verlos a todos. It's so nice to see all your faces. Y estoy muy contenta de venir aquí a compartirles esta canción muy bonita que se llama Hibernate conmigo. So I'm very excited to be here and to share with all of your beautiful faces this beautiful song called Hibernate with me. Yo soy cantante y lo que hago a veces con mi amigo Benjamin es traducir sus canciones del inglés al español. So I like to work with my friend Benjamin translating the songs that he writes from English to Spanish. Entonces, cuando tomamos una canción en inglés, como es muy diferente del idioma del español, tenemos que trabajar y cambiar un poco las palabras y las imágenes para que sea fácil cantar. So when we translate songs, we take the lyrics that are in English and sometimes we change the words so that it can work in Spanish as well. Entonces, si conocen la canción, va a sonar un poquito diferente, okay? So if you know the song, it might sound a little different, but I think you're going to recognize that it's our favorite song with the cute bears. Entonces, yo nací en la Ciudad de México y mis papás también son actores y me mudé a los Estados Unidos cuando tenía 10 años. So I was born in Mexico City, and my parents are also artists and actors, and we moved to the US when I was 10 years old. Entonces, de chiquita, yo hablaba español y a los 10 años tuve que empezar a aprender a hablar inglés. Y fue muy difícil para mí aprender a hacer los dos idiomas. So when I was little, I spoke Spanish, and then when I got to the US, I started to learn how to speak and write English, which was really hard at first, but as I got older, I learned that it was really cool to be bilingual. Y lo más bonito es que ahora que ya tengo más edad, poder tener los dos idiomas ha sido la cosa más mágica del mundo, porque puedo hacer cosas como esto, que es hablar con ustedes y tener, aprenderme una canción en dos idiomas, que es algo muy único y que todos ustedes van a poder decir, yo me puedo comunicar con todo el mundo en español y en inglés. So that's the greatest part about being bilingual, I think, is that you can learn how to sing one song in two different ways. And it's a really good party trick. People are always very surprised by that. Es muy bonito hacer eso en fiestas. La gente le gusta oír la misma canción en dos idiomas. Así que, si quieren oír la canción en español, ¿están listos?
Sí.
¿Sí? Ok. Si estás triste, apachurrado, si no sabes por qué, te sientes preocupado, si quieres quedarte escondido, puedes hibernar conmigo. Con musgo muy suave te acobijaré, a algún lugar muy cálido te llevaré. Conozco el arbolito perfecto, puedes hibernar conmigo. A veces todo es confuso, te sientes fatal, pero si te pierdes yo te quiero igual. En otoño las hojas cambian de color, yo te daré calor. Con el viento de la helada invernal puedes descansar, abrigado con mi amor. En la primavera el sol regresará y yo ahí estaré. Cuando llegue el verano bailaremos en el campo, y si te quieres esconder siempre tendré un árbol para ti. Siempre te amaré solo por existir. Al despertar tendré miel pa' tu tecito, puedes hibernar conmigo. Esta es la guitarra que tocó Benjamin desde Londres. Muy bonito, ¿no? Yeah. En la primavera el sol regresará y yo ahí estaré. Cuando llegue el verano bailaremos en el campo, y si te quieres esconder siempre tendré un árbol para ti. Siempre te amaré solo por existir. Al despertar tendré miel pa' tu tecito, puedes hibernar conmigo. Puedes hibernar conmigo.
Thank you especially to Aline,
Yes.
who translated the song into Spanish and sang the song in Spanish so very beautifully.
So
Will you all
beautiful.
clap with us for Aline? Hello, my name is Benjamin.
Hi, my name is Jemima.
And down here between us is our dog, and his name is Porthos. We live in London, in England, and we are married.
Yes.
And I wrote the song Hibernate with Me, and I wrote the book Hibernate with Me.
And I drew all the pictures. I drew the bears.
And we are here together to say thank you to all of you for reading our book and for looking at the pictures and for listening to the song. So we're here to talk with you a little bit. And if you have any questions for me or for Jemima about how we made the song or the book or how Jemima drew the pictures of the bears, we would love to talk to you about it.
I have question.
Yes.
What the reason that you write this song? Or do you write it for someone?
Very good question. What is the reason I wrote this song? I actually wrote the song for Jemima. And Jemima moved to the United States. I was living in the United States in New York, where I'm from, and Jemima moved to the United States. And Jemima, what did it feel like for you to move to the United States?
It was exciting and a bit scary, a bit frightening. And I missed all of my family and my friends, and I missed my home back in England so much. And it was quite hard sometimes. So Ben wrote this beautiful song to tell me that it's okay if you feel sad sometimes, that everybody feels sad sometimes, and that he would be there to help me
until I felt better again. Just like how the seasons go through from spring to summer and we go into winter and it can feel cold and dark, but we always know that the spring is going to come again. And that's why you wrote the song.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I have your book. I have your book.
Wow!
Oh, thank you. Look, we have it here too.
You also have the song at the end.
That's right.
Right.
That's absolutely right. So for people who like to play music, you can read the music in the back of the book.
Yeah, I also make my own type of like music notes.
Do you? That's wonderful. It's wonderful to play music, isn't it?
I also like to dance.
That's
Oh,
yeah. Well, there in the book, there's a picture of the bears dancing together.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Who else has a question for us?
How did you do the picture?
I drew them on a special a computer program, and I colored them all in on the computer program. And I did some with paint as well. So it was a mix of a bit of everything. That's a very good question.
I like the song because it was good to hear for like little kids, parents, and that was a very good song.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
It kind of makes me feel calm.
That's so nice. That's really lovely to hear. Thank you. I think that's what we wanted with this book and with this song, was to give people the message that it's okay to feel however you feel, because sometimes we do feel things that are sad or we feel shy. That's okay. And you're allowed to feel those things.
Just I want to tell her, I think it's not easy when you draw a picture for the book, because you try to translation what's the song talking about or what's the book talking about. So I think this is not easy for you. So it's very, very, very great job.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it is hard. It's hard to try and draw the message of the book. It doesn't always have to be exactly the words that are on that page. It's the heart of the book, the message. So yeah, it is hard, but it was a really fun project to work on, and it was nice to work with Ben on that project.
Something that's really interesting, Jemima, is you're in the images, you're almost translating the song into images, and that doesn't always mean doing everything literally, which is
just like Aline was
just
saying.
like Aline was talking about, that when you translate a song, you don't have to simply find the words that would match, you find the feelings that match.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the same as Aline's.
Aline, are you there? What do you think about that? The idea of translating something into a language and also translating something into pictures.
Por ejemplo, en la primera parte, en inglés es sometimes you feel small, sometimes you feel shy, pero lo que yo puse fue si estás triste, y luego lo que cabe en las sílabas sometimes you feel shy fue apachurrado. So, you think of what would be the idea that the writer is saying, and then maybe it's a little different in the language you're working in. Entonces, tal vez la palabra no es exactamente, porque shy es decir, avergonzado o penoso, pero eso no cabe. Entonces lo tienes que cambiar a apachurrado, es como que te sientes así. Y luego tal vez Jemima, trabajando con pintura, dice, ¿cómo dibujo shy? ¿No? Tal vez tiene que dibujar un osito haciendo así, o en el arbolito, o lo que sea. So tienes que trabajar con el medio que tienes, y a veces cambia un poquito, pero eso es lo que le da más sabor al libro.
El objetivo del libro, ¿y en quién se inspiró?
Sí, so he's asking what is the objective of the book and what was the inspiration?
Yeah.
Well, the inspiration for the book was wanting to make I wanted to write a song that felt like a hug.
Okay.
Ok, dice, quería escribir un libro que se sintiera como un abrazo.
I want to ask how you think about when you're going to make a book.
I started by drawing lots of little tiny little pictures of all the different pages so that I could move something around. If it didn't work, I would move it to another place in the book. Yeah, that's how we did it. We just did it quite slowly. But yeah, we knew the story because we knew what we wanted to say in the story, and we knew the characters that we wanted to show. We knew that bears would be the best characters because they're so cozy and they hibernate, they sleep in the winter.
Somebody just asked me how long did it take to write the song. You know, it takes me a very long time to write a song. It takes me maybe 2 or 3 months.
And you write lots of different versions.
Yeah, lots of different versions. I'll try one word here and I'll move them around, and I'll play it for somebody and they'll help make suggestions. So the song, I didn't sit down and write the whole song in 10 minutes. I worked very hard at the song, changing it for maybe 2 or 3 months every day. And it was the same with your pictures. You didn't sit down and draw all of them from the beginning.
It's quite hard work. It's fun, but it's hard work. And you have to just keep working and trying until it feels right.
Yeah, you all see the final version, but I promise you, most of the work you never see because most of it is mistakes. But the great
fixing and fixing it.
The great thing about art is mistakes are how you make a piece of art. Yeah.
I really like your book and the song version, and how did you do a very good book? I also did a book and I didn't complete it yet.
That's so great. You're making a book.
But how did you make a really good book?
Well, I just worked really hard at it, and it took a long time. It took maybe 3 or 4 months of working every day on it. But I'm imagining that I'm quite a bit older than you. So I think you can make a brilliant book one day. You just keep going, keep making it. The book you're making now is really good as well. But if you keep working really hard and learning, and sometimes you make mistakes and then you just try again and again and again, that's how you make a book. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not good enough. Just keep doing it, because you are good enough.
You're awesome.
You're awesome.
You are awesome. And the great thing about the art you make is nobody else could have made it.
No, only you.
Only you can make that.
That's really special. And sometimes we have something that we want to share with the world, or we want to tell the world, and that's really important. So, and you can make a difference in other people's lives by making your art. So it's really important, as well as being a fun thing to do.
I read books all the time.
You do the same. She wanted us.
That's great. Yes, we read a lot of books.
A lot of
books.
We
love books.
There's lots of wonderful books, lots of wonderful stories that we can find online, and stories in picture books. And I guess, Jemima, you've read seen a lot of different pictures, and that really, that helps us when we want to make our own books or make our own songs. It helps us to know a lot of other people's books and songs and pictures too.
Yeah, you read lots, and then one day that will it's like it all goes into you, and then it helps you grow all of that stuff. So
yeah,
lots of good books.
When came first, the book or the song?
Well,
that's a great question.
That's a really good question. With Hibernate with Me, the song came first, and I wrote the song for Jemima, who's my wife. And I played it for her on my guitar, and then Jemima thought it would be really nice if she drew some pictures to go along with the words in the song. And we thought then it would be really nice to put the words in the song into a book and then put Jemima's pictures into the book too. And then Jemima thought it would be really cool if the characters in the book were bears. Is that right, Jemima?
Yeah, so we had someone, we were talking to people about making a book, and we thought, what ideas do we have? And we had this beautiful song that Ben had made, and we thought it was too nice not to share it with lots of other people and to see if they liked it too. So we made the book.
Yeah, and the book has been published in English, and it's been published in French, and it's been published in German. And now that Aline has made this beautiful version in Spanish, wouldn't it be nice to publish the book in Spanish?
That would be great.
You guys bring the book together. I'm sorry, the song together.
How did we bring the song together? So, well, there's a few different answers to your very good question. So I wrote the song. I like to write a song with my guitar, and so I sat down with a notebook and a pen, and excuse me, and tried to find a melody that I like to play. And I think I like the melody bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum bum bum. And I thought that was a nice little bouncy melody, and it was gentle, and I wanted to write a song for Jemima to tell her I loved her. And so sometimes you feel small, sometimes you feel shy, sometimes you feel worried, and you might not know why. Sometimes you want nobody to see. Darling, you can hibernate with me. With a blanket made of meadow moss, I'll wrap you in a hug. Somewhere comfortable and warm, somewhere cozy, safe and snug. I have got the perfect hollow tree. Darling, you can hibernate with me. Sometimes things can feel confusing, sometimes things feel gray. But if you're ever feeling lost, I'll help you find your way. In the autumn, when the leaves turn from green to red, I will keep you warm. In the winter, when the wind blows cold, you'll have a cozy bed, away from every storm. When the spring comes and the snow slowly melts away, I'll be by your side. In the summer we will frolic in the clover and dandelion. But if you want to hide, I'll always have a tree for you. I'll always meet you there. I'm always gonna love you, 'cause you're my favorite bear. When you wake, there will be honey for your tea. Darling, you can hibernate with me. When the spring comes and the snow slowly melts away, I'll be by your side. In the summer we will frolic in the clover and dandelion. And if you want to hide, I'll always have a tree for you. I'll always meet you there. I'm always going to love you, 'cause you're my favorite bear. And when you wake, there will be honey for your tea. Darling, you can hibernate with me. Darling, you can hibernate with me.
For him.
Thanks so much, everybody. Goodbye. And thank you, everybody, for all of your support and your continued support.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias por recibirnos y gracias por leer el libro. Espero que lo hubieran disfrutado y gracias a Literacy Partners para recibirnos y por favor sigan apoyando al trabajo hermoso que está haciendo Literacy Partners.
Queremos agradecer a Benjamin Scheuer, Jemima Williams y a Aline Mayagoitia por compartir con todos nosotros su tiempo y su talento, y especialmente con nuestras familias de Inglés para Padres, LEAP y la Fuerza de Familias Latinas. Pueden donar y conocer más sobre nuestros programas gratis de idioma y de alfabetización entrando a literacypartners.org e inscribiéndose como estudiante o voluntario.
Si estás triste, apachurrado, si no sabes por qué te sientes preocupado, si quieres quedarte escondido, puedes hibernar conmigo. Con musgo muy suave te acobijaré, a algún lugar muy cálido te llevaré. Conozco el arbolito perfecto, puedes hibernar conmigo. A veces todo es confuso, te sientes fatal, pero si te pierdes yo te quiero igual. En otoño las hojas cambian de color, te daré calor